thing we're going to do here is graph each of the following lines together. Then we're going to find and label the coordinates of their exact intersection point, and finally we're going to label this point G. In order to do the graphing, we need the equations to be solved for y. So the first equation is already solved for y. There's no work that needs to be done on the first one. The second one, though, we have to get to be y equals. To do that, we're going to add 5x to both sides. That gives us 2y is equal to negative 6 plus 5x. And in our second step, we're going to divide each of those terms by 2. And when we do that, we'll end up with y equals negative 3 plus 5 over 2x. Now we have both equations ready to be graphed. So on our coordinate plane, starting with the first one, the 5 is the y-intercept. So that means on your y-axis, go up to 5 and put a point there. That's your first place we're starting. The slope is the negative 3 over 2. That means from that positive 5, count down 3 spaces and over 2 to the right and put your second point. Draw a line that goes through those 2 points, extend it in both directions, put an arrow on each end. Now right on top of this, on the same coordinate plane, we're going to graph the second one, the one that we solved for. This time the y-intercept is negative 3, so on our y-axis go down to 3, that's where the first point goes. And here our slope is positive 5 over 2. So from that negative 3, it means go up 5 spaces and over 2 spaces. And put your second point. Once you do that, draw your line through those 2 points. Put arrows on each end, and we can see clearly that the intersection is at the point 2, 2. The coordinates are 2, 2, and we're going to label that as point G. That is bullet number 1 complete. Bullet number 2, very simple here. Using some geometry skills, take point G and reflect it over the x-axis. X-axis is the one that goes from left to right, your horizontal axis. When you reflect the point 2, 2, it goes below the x-axis and it becomes 2, negative 2. That we're going to label as H. And then finally now take point H and reflect that over the y-axis. The y-axis is our vertical axis, so taking the point 2, negative 2, when you reflect it into the third quadrant, you end up with the point negative 2, and that we're going to label as point J. That is now the second bullet complete. Third and final one, this says find the distance. When you are finding the distance, you want to use the distance formula that is provided on your reference sheet, and you want to use the points that it says, point G and point J. So we're using the point 2, 2 and the point negative 2, negative 2. We're going to substitute them into the formula. So starting with x2, which we're going to use with G, okay, we're going to do 2 minus negative 2 squared plus 2 minus negative 2 squared for the y-coordinates. This is where having a calculator is nice and simple. When you pop it in the calculator, you end up with the square root of 32. That's simplified to be 32. And then take the square root of 32 using your calculator, and you'll come out with approximately 5.66 units. So it said find the distance between those 2 points. So because it's not a horizontal or vertical distance, we use the formula, and we got 5.66 as the distance between the 2